you previously mentioned your role will massively involve youth football and development at the club. What steps have you already taken since we last spoke to you?
So quite a lot, to be honest. Like I say, it's been really good. Been very receptive. All the coaches. I've had loads of individual meetings with the coaches. I've met quite a lot of the kids now as well. Obviously, watched the under-23s a couple of times. Watched most of the teams train now as well, which is great. I've got a meeting with all the youth team coaches tonight about some further development on and off the pitch for next year, which is good. So it's been good. We've had Davy Johnson that we've managed to get out on loan that I watched last Monday. Then we got him out. I played against Wellington, got an assist. Obviously, there's already some boys out at Lawswood that Ross has taken over there, and there's about another 4 or 5 that we've earmarked to try and get out at step 5 and possibly step 6 over the next sort of week, 10 days. So there's been quite a lot happen. Davey, I'd spoken to a Football League club about as well, which have shown interest today about looking at potentially getting him in on trial. Like I say, 16. I saw him for about 10 minutes, and it's a very exciting talent that we've got here. Like I say, there's been a lot going on. There's a lot more to go on, but it's been a busy couple of weeks.
And then for anyone concerned that we might be loaning out quite a lot of players to step 5, step 6 teams, it's important to also reiterate that they can still play for our 23s and 18s.
Absolutely, they're our players, so we've just got to make sure that we aid their development in the right way. So we'll pick and choose when they play for the 23s, the 18s and their loan club, and we'll obviously have that agreement. I've got quite a lot of contacts at step 5, so we've got to try and make sure that it's the right club where the lads are going to get game time, but also going to obviously aid their development on and off the pitch as well. Explaining it to a couple of parents, obviously the level and some of the type of games they might see, and might sometimes look at it and think, is it really a progression? But because sometimes watching a game on a 3G area under 23s or under 18s is different to watching a Kent League game in the wind and rain on a muddy pitch. So, but again, it's not just about on the pitch stuff. There's a lot to develop off the pitch, particularly if some of these lads have got aspirations of playing higher or going on trial, etc., socially and psychologically. There's a lot of things for them to contend with. They'll definitely play. Like I say, a lot of the lads that are out on loan will play Wednesday in the 23s, and that's where I'm just working closely with the guys that run the youth section and obviously the 23s, and just making sure that we get that right, because ultimately it's all about the lads.
So, as you're aware, I did ask supporters the following questions, and it's ironic actually tonight because as is out there with probably about another 60, 70 kids, another successful night. But one question has come back is about goalkeeper coaching.
Yeah, so it's something I actually, weirdly enough, on the first Monday that I was here, Gary was out there watching as well, and I've spoken to Gary about the goalkeeper coaching throughout the youth section. It's something they used to have previously, and we should be able to announce something over the coming days. But we've got. We're going to launch it on a Monday night with the academy here. We'll have goalkeeper coaching, so there'll be a separate section, and then we'll either dovetail that in with the youth section goalkeeping, so they can come in on that Monday night because it's separate to their training, or we'll look at adding another night where we'll have a specific goalkeeping coach for the club itself. But the idea is that we get it on a Monday so that it's open to all the new children that are attending the club, but also certainly for our own goalkeepers as well.
Another question that came in was, as we approach the end of the season, what will your strategy be to bringing in new players? When you look at some other sides not far from here, they obviously recruited players from Essex and other counties. Is that something that you would adopt?
I don't think it's necessarily where they're from. I think it's just about getting the right players. We've got obviously quite a good together group here, so it's important when we're adding one or two, they fit the model of the club in terms of the way that they want to play, certainly in terms of the dressing room and the group itself. So that's more of what we're looking for in terms of characteristics of the type of player and type of person, rather than where they're actually from. But we wouldn't turn down a player if they were the right person, whether they come from Essex, whether they come from Hampshire, London. But it's also being realistic in terms of travel time, being able to get to training on time, being able to get to the games on time, being realistic with that side as well. But I think if the right player comes available, then yeah, we'll certainly look at it.
I know full well, having been here the last few years and involved in it, and I'm pretty sure you do. Pre-season's a busy time for any football club off the field. have you already started looking at plans for the schedule and stuff?
Yeah, so that's kind of on the schedule for over the course of this week. Really, is starting to get some dates over to John so that he can reach out to some clubs about the games here and obviously games away as well. So we need to make sure that pre-season's planned. It's obviously difficult at the moment because obviously we're in and around a playoff. So we'd like to hope that we're potentially playing at the next step. But so obviously when you're looking at friendlies and stuff. We don't want to organise stuff too early because you just have to start changing everything round. But as it stands at the moment, obviously, again, it would be unbelievable to be playing at step 3 next year. But as I say, we're in the mix. So, but certainly plans are underway. Players for next year and obviously players for this year and obviously heavily the youth as well. And that's why we're really earmarking some of these other young lads that we feel that we can get in and do a full pre-season with the first team. The likes of Harrison and Kenzie, etc. That we're really keen on getting involved with the first team, but it's difficult at the moment, obviously with the team doing well as well, so that's why we might, as I say, get some of them out now so that come pre-season, if not before, they're ready. So yeah, so there's plans, like I said, there's a lot going on behind the scenes, which is great being able to obviously give people an update of what is actually happening. So yeah, so there's a lot going on.
We got Horndine away on Saturday. What can you tell us about Horndine?
Difficult place to go. Pitch is quite difficult. It's got a big slope. They get a decent fan base as well. They've got a very together group because they've been together obviously quite a while. Obviously quite a lot of the lads are from their local area, so they've been together. And they're probably, I would say, they're in the top 5 or 6 form teams at the moment in the league. Ramsgate obviously go there tomorrow, which is it's a tough game. You'd expect Ramsgate to win, but. Yeah, it's another one. It's a tough game. There isn't any easy games in this league, and obviously they're trying to make sure that they're kind of safe, but they're still not fully safe. And obviously we're trying to sort of cement ourselves in the playoffs. So it's what makes it quite exciting with the league being so open at the moment, sort of at the top and the bottom, is that all the games have got something on them. You don't really want dead rubber games with so many games still to play. So it's an exciting game, but yeah, it's one that I'm sure the players are looking forward to.
By the time it comes round, it's seemed forever since we had the last home game. But our next home game is going to be Mersham a week on Saturday. You're hoping for a big crowd for that one? Yeah,
I think, look, having not had a home game for a few weeks, I think it will be great to get back here. We've got an exciting fixture in the morning of that game as well. So we're going to have Gillingham, a development Gillingham team here playing against our development team at 10 o'clock. So it will be great. We can offer that as free entry. So all the supporters want to come and see for themselves the young players at the football club that are hopefully going to come through the system here. They can come and watch that first, and obviously then stay on and watch the first team afterwards. So hopefully by having that game, obviously our youth team players, potentially Gillingham's youth team players and coaches and staff will stay around as well. And you might obviously, depending on where Gillingham are that day, they'll announce the fixture as well, and hopefully we'll get some of their fans creep over and see what we're doing here. So hopefully, coupled with both of them having not been at home for a while and that game in the morning, hopefully we can, if we can hit sort of 600-700 people here, it'd be fantastic on the day.
Obviously we didn't play Saturday, which was a bit of a blow. So let's maybe talk about our previous result against Three Bridges. Was you happy with what you saw?
Yeah, I thought that we dominated the game for long periods. We looked at some stuff because it's one of the things that Ernie's asked me to do, and Jeff, is we looked at some stuff analysis-wise after that game in training last week to just try and create a few more opportunities with some different tactical stuff, which again, obviously the players were bought into on the night, and we'll do some more of that this week as well behind the scenes before the coaches go out and take the training. So, but I thought, yeah, overall, deservedly won the game, but probably should have won it based on possession, should have won it more comfortably, and that's something that I say that Ernie and Jeff are keen to work on, and that was obviously the basis of last week's training, and it'll probably be very similar this week. So yeah, it's disappointing not to be able to go and put that into practice against Beckenham, but obviously the weather sort of curtailed quite a lot of games at the weekend, so it is what it is. The boys came in and trained, which is great. So yeah, like I say, I thought it was a good performance. I thought it was a strong, dominant performance, but with possibly wanting to be a little bit more of a cutting edge in the final third. Not just even the final third, but certainly some movement to create those opportunities. And if we do that with the players that we've got, and we can add to that, then I'm pretty confident we can start winning the games a little bit more comfortably than obviously they have done over recent weeks.
Touchwood, injuries are not too bad at the moment, but if anything was to change, are you expecting Ernie to give you that call and last minute get me someone registered again?
Yeah, I'm hoping not, particularly in the areas where obviously the goalkeeper situation. But like I say, Bo came in and did brilliantly, which was great. Obviously, Zach's come in recently and done really well. I was really impressed with him against Free Bridges. I thought he was excellent. So hopefully not. We've got a couple of areas that Ernie wants me to try and recruit in, so we know what we're trying to do there. But again, it's not easy to get what they want out of clubs at the moment, because obviously there is still a lot to play for. There's a few more weeks and then I think you'll start to see the clubs that haven't got anything to play for. That's when some movement might happen, sort of going into the back end of February, beginning of March. But there is, like I say, there's an area where, or two areas of the pitch that Ernie would like to strengthen in, which hopefully I can help with. But like I said earlier, it's just important to get the right person and the right player for the club and for the group. So fingers crossed there's no more emergency signings needed, but like I say, obviously that's part of my role, just give a few more hands on deck when situations like that arise. So fingers crossed it doesn't happen.
Brilliant. Thanks, Matt.
All right.